Hello guys, welcome back to a brand new video. I'm Jared H, and today we're going to be talking about my experience on Space A from Okinawa, Japan to Fairbanks, and then from Anchorage, Alaska back to Okinawa, Japan. And I will be telling you guys things that I wish I knew before going on this series of flights. But before we start this, I wanted you guys to know that this isn't my typical niche of videos, you could say. Normally I do vlogs about the highlights of my life, and if you ask me, I think that my life is pretty interesting. I get to visit some amazing places, meet some amazing people, and above all, I get to live on this beautiful island of Okinawa, Japan. So if you would be interested in any of that, make sure to go and check out my channel after this video. Now, without further ado, let's get right into this video of things that I wish I knew before flying on Space A. Number 1, don't expect to make your flight. Luckily for my family and I, we did amazingly make all of our flights and connections, but we did meet many families that had been stuck in the on-base airport for over a week. This mostly happens to families with larger numbers of people that refuse to split up their families on flights, which is understandable, but if you are trying to take a Space A flight, don't expect to get on your flights, especially if you have a family of 5 or more. Also, really consider splitting up your family among 2 flights. That's all I have to say about that. Now, number 2 relates to a few of the numbers after this. This is, don't expect any consistency between anything. This includes hospitality, temperature, people, crew, amount of space, food, seating, and etc. Just don't expect any consistency. I say this mainly because all of the flights that my family and I went on were vastly different in all of the above that I just said. Next one really relates to the thing about consistency and not to expect anything, and it is temperature. It relates because our first flight, it was super cold, like beyond freezing, and there was a baby on that plane and we got pretty nervous about it, and yet the other was very nice, warm, cozy, and spacious. But as for the first flight, it was below freezing, as I said, at least for the first half of the flight. There were only 5 people on board, one of whom was a baby who only had his pajamas on, his Okinawan island pajamas on, which isn't much, especially for below freezing weathers, and a mom who was apparently very cold. Luckily, we did get the baby sorted out and it got warmer eventually, but it was very cold for a long time. At the coldest point of the flight, I had on a short sleeve t-shirt, 2 long sleeve t-shirts, a jacket, 2 pairs of pants, 4 layers of socks, and a hat, and I was still cold. We got lucky and chose to bring all of our bags with us on the plane instead of checking them, and I would highly recommend this to you. In case you end up in our situation, it would have been a very miserable flight, even more miserable than it was for the first half of the flight if we didn't have our bags, because I went on at least, with a pair of sweatpants and a short sleeve shirt. I think it was this exact one. Number 4 is food, and there is no reason to pack any food for these Space A flights. My family did this for the first flight. We packed some MREs, not knowing that the airplane had food on it. But it was a hassle to bring the food with us, and a definite waste of space in our luggage. The airline Space A provides the option of a meal at the counter once you check in and have been called to get on the flight. It costs $5 to $10, I'm not sure, and it has varying food on it. This changes per flight. And we did this for our second Space A flight. It was wonderful, carefree, cheap, filling. And I would definitely recommend it. to anyone going on a space age flight, rather than packing your own food, just remember that you have to order the food before you get on the plane. Also, on the shorter flights, like we went on a 9-hour flight from Okinawa to Alaska, but on the shorter flights, like from mainland Japan to Okinawa, or wherever you guys might be going, if you're watching this and planning a space A, if it is a short flight, I would recommend packing snacks if you think you'd be hungry, because I don't think on the shorter flights they give you the meal package. Number 5 is amount of space and amount of comfort. These go hand in hand, and you will see why in a second. On the 2 longer flights that we had from Okinawa to Anchorage or to Alaska and back, we rode on a kc-135 for one flight. That was the one that only had 5 people, and a C-17. On the C-17, there was no cargo and very little people compared to the amount of space. If you guys know what a C-17 is, it is absolutely humongous. That is what the jeeps and tanks go out the back of the plane in the sky with the parachutes, and you see it in the action movies and stuff. That is one of the planes that is used in for the U.S. military. So yeah, as I said, there was no cargo and very little people compared to the space. Some people even brought air mattresses and pillows, and I wish I did this. They looked really comfortable, honestly. So I would recommend this if you're going on a larger plane, to bring some comfort items and stuff like that. Didn't print my script right, so gotta switch pages quickly.
Many minutes later.
Okay. Also, the second flight was a much better flight of the 2, and it completely redeemed what I thought of Space A, because the first flight, yeah, the kc-135, it was cold, small, and just cold the whole time. But as for comfort, I would recommend bringing both a pillow and a neck pillow. The reason for this is because on all the flights that we took, the seats were just jump seats, and it got very uncomfortable after sitting in them for a few hours. But again, this amount of space and comfort, as I said, it really relies on consistency, of which there is none. So don't expect this, but it is a perk if you go on a larger plane with no cargo, like the C-17. Lastly, number 6, enjoy the experience. This is the last thing, and it especially pertains to civilian personnel and children who don't see this type of stuff every day. Enjoy the experience, take pictures, walk around, ask questions, and meet the crew, because this is truly a once-in-a-lifetime experience, and one that most of the world will only hear about. So if you get the experience to go on an amazing plane like this, like I have, and you don't get to experience something like it very often, or at all, like me, realize how amazing the experience is, and take hold of it, and cherish it. Guys, that's all that I have for you guys today. If you enjoyed this video and want me to do more sit-down videos like this, where I talk about my previous experiences, unlike vlogs, where I share my feelings in the moment, make sure to comment down below and leave a like on this video. If you want to check out my vlog on my space experience, make sure to check that out. Also, if you want to check out any other of my vlogs that you haven't seen, go and check out my channel. Lastly, if you want to check out my photography Instagram account, where I capture the moments of my amazing life through photos, links to all of that will be down in the description, to my Space A vlog, YouTube channel, Instagram, and also all the music that I use in this video. Yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoy. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.